floor. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's webinar where we are going to discuss about the Egypt and Congo DR Networking Day. I am Akhenaton Kayembe, Egyptian African Businessmen's Association, country representative in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Creator and CEO of Deliver Express Logistics, company specialized in procurement, logistics and supply chain, language consultancy, housekeeping and environment consultancy, work wear manufacturing and farming located in Lubumbashi in the Okatanga province. Today's business day is held in the purpose of engaging, learning, brainstorming, networking and build rapport and trust with the Egyptian African Businessmen's Association in the aim of developing public and private entrepreneurial partnership leading to short, middle, and long-term personal and collective profitable growth. The goals are established as follows: showcasing Congolese entrepreneurs and their success stories within the Egyptian African Businessmen's Association, Africa and beyond borders. Networking, nurturing profitable relationships and marketing services that Congolese entrepreneurs can best offer to the Egyptian African Businessmen's Association, Africa and beyond borders. Identifying and attracting potential foreign investors to the Democratic Republic of Congo, Egypt and beyond borders to implement profitable ventures to all partners. It's an honor to moderate today's event and to represent the Egyptian African Businessmen's Association and various partners who have gifted us with their time, energy and presence in order to brainstorm about the investments and trade opportunities in the Democratic Republic of Congo and how to best implement and enhance the African Continental Free Trade Area between African countries in general, with a particular attention to the DRC. We are proudly hosting this event with a panel of successful entrepreneurs ready to share their success story during the course of the webinar. Namely, allow me to introduce today's panelists before jumping to the main course of this event. We have Rudy Kielo, CEO of OD Group, Patrick Palmy, CEO of Palm TV, Jeremy Salvador, CEO of Salvador Group, Tuzi Kiaku, founder and chairman of 4K Mineral Limited, Olga Shera, CEO of OL Waste Recyclage SARL, Derek Mbui, coordinator of the National Institute of the Professional Preparation, Kakel Mboum, fundraiser and strategist of the National Federation of Young Entrepreneurs of Congo, Didier Manzo, manager of AgroVolai Multi-Services, and myself, Akhenaton Kayembe, as the moderator. Each and every panelist is allocated 10 minutes to represent and share their company's success story, which will be followed by a panel discussion with Q&A at the end of the presentation. I would like to shortly take a minute to express our sincere gratitude to the guest speakers for honoring us with their participation, as well as to warmly welcome Dr. Youssery El-Sharkawy, the chairman of the Egyptian African Businessmen's Association, and everyone watching us live on Facebook and on Zoom. Without any further addition, allow me to give the floor to Dr. El-Sharkawy, EABA's chairman and CEO of the House of Consultancy Economic Group. The floor is all yours, Dr. El-Sharkawy. Thank you. I am done with my speech, as Dr. Sharkawy is not there. Dr. El-Sharkawy is not there. So I think we can start by calling panelists. or I'm going to start with my presentation.
So then he will join us.
Okay, I'm starting with my presentation. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Mr. Akhenaton, Dr. Sharqawi with us now.
Is Mr. Shakawi, Dr. Shakawi there? Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all protocol observed. It's a sincere privilege of having me today as a speaker in order to introduce and showcase our motherland to Africa in general, and with particular focus to the EABA. The Democratic Republic of Congo is geographically located at the heart of Africa, sharing common borders with 9 countries. Its capital is Kinshasa, with a population of 90 million. The local currency is the Congolese democratic franc, and currency used in commercial transactions are the US dollar and the euro in free circulation. Let's now talk about international trade, import and export shares. The share of exports by destination is led by China, followed by Zambia, Egypt, the US, and Belgium. The share of imports by origin is led by South Africa, Egypt, China, Belgium, and Zambia. The share of exports by sectors is composed by base metals, diamonds, crude oil, and the share of imports by sectors is composed by capital goods, consumer goods, energy, and raw materials. The export from Egypt to the Democratic Republic of Congo in the year 2020 accounted a total amount of 17.8 million US dollar, and the exports from the DRC to Egypt in the year of 2020 accounted a total amount of 68.3 million of US dollar. As we can see, the trade between Egypt and the Democratic Republic of Congo is very fruitful. Let's now talk about the labor participation and education and literacy rates by gender. The labor participation rate is 86% for male and 57% for female. The primary and secondary gross enrollment ratio is 75% for male and 58% for female. Now we are going to move to licensing and permits in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The procedures are as follows. The first one is authentication of the charters, followed by the registration to the new trade register, then obtaining national identification number, getting the import and export number, publication of the charters in the Gazette, and obtaining tax numbers. We have main taxes collected by the fiscal administration, namely the tax on corporate profit, tax on rental income, tax on interest and dividends. We have tax on the area of land concessions. We have exceptional tax on expatriates' pay. We have excise and custom duties and entrance fees. And we also have excise duties. The common law tax system is composed by corporate tax, rental income tax, tax on interest and dividends, the land tax, the value-added tax, and the payroll tax, which are in different rates, starting from 40% to 16%. We have the customs and tax system of mining sectors, namely the tax on mining concession, the tax on corporate profits, tax on interest, tax on dividend, the value-added tax, and the mining tax. And we also have the investment code regime tax, namely corporate tax, the rental income tax, the tax on interest and dividends, the land tax, the value-added tax, and the payroll tax. The banking sector in the DRC, according to the National Agency for the Investment Promotion, the DR Congo financial system is divided into three main sectors. The intermediation sector, comprised by banks and non-banks, the capital market, and microfinance institutions. Let's now talk about the anti-money laundering law. The anti-money laundering law imposes certain obligations upon credit institution whenever a transfer is being made of which the origin is vague, or when the amount exceeds the equivalent of 10,000 US dollar. Now we are going to talk about the foreign direct investment in the DRC. The World Investment Report, FDI flows into the Democratic Republic of Congo increased from $1.5 billion in the 2019 to $1.6 billion in 2020, despite the global economic crisis triggered by the pandemic. In the DRC, inflows into the mining sector supported FDI as cobalt prices rose with rising demand for its use in smartphones and electric car batteries. The country is the world's leading producer of cobalt and Africa's top copper miner. Here we can see the figures in the foreign direct investments from the year 2018 to 2020. The strong points of the FDI in the DRC are the high growth rate of the national economy, abundant mineral resources, which are copper, cobalt, diamond, and so on and so forth, with 80 million hectares of arable lands and around 1,100 minerals in its subsoil. And another point is the country is a member of several regional economic blocs, including the SADC, COMESA, ECCAS, and the Economic Community of the Great Lakes countries, and several incentives granted to foreign investors. And there is also a huge potential in sectors like mining, energy, especially hydroelectric and infrastructure. The weak points are a difficult business climate, a shortage of skilled labor, weak infrastructure, high level of poverty, and political instability. The government measure to motivate or restrict FDIs. The government of the DRC provides some incentives to foreign investors. And negotiated incentives can range from tax breaks to duty exemptions and can vary according to the location and type of enterprise, the number of jobs created, the degree of training and promotion of local staff, and exports producing potential of the operation. So we are going to talk lastly about the relation between DRC and Egypt. Egypt and the DRC have fruitful relationships. Recently, the Egypt president asserted his country's keenness to strengthen relationship by consolidating strategic cooperation with the DRC. And the DRC president also praised the contribution made by Egyptian companies in the Congo. And lastly, last year, Egypt and DRC came to the agreement to launch the Kinshasa Extension Project by the construction of a ministerial city and twin towers. And a feasibility study was already carried out and endorsed by the Anglo-American law firm Deloitte. This is a summary of my presentation. Thank you for your attention. I am done.
Thank you, Mr. Akhenaton, for that great presentation. Now we can listen to Dr. Yusri Sharawi, EABA chairman.
Okay, welcome, Dr. Yusri. The floor is all yours.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, doctor, the floor is all yours.
Yes, good evening. Good evening for everyone from EABA. On behalf of EABA team and all the board of directors in EABA, I would like to thank you very much to our country representative in Congo Republic, Mr. Akhenaton. And I would like to thank you very much for all the floor and all the panelists with us. And I think this is a rare time we have to, and we can discuss together to go in a very fruitful sessions between all our African continent. I think this is a good time, and I am very happy to continue supporting all the business between Egypt and Congo Republic. I would like to ask all the speakers today to give us all their experience and accumulated experience, how we can increase our Africa trade agreement, how we can do more activation for Africa trade agreement. So I would like to gain a very good and fruitful information about the trading and investment in Congo. What is the potential? What is the sector we can go in together? How we can jump up? How we can cross the board? And how we can go with new version of cooperation between all African continents? This is our mission and our challengeable, and we are as a private sector ready to put our hand with your hands, and we can hand over a lot of expertise and a lot of experimentals, which the other already jumped and already achieved. So we can gain a very good successful result in near future. We are in EABA, even though in head office in Cairo or in our office in Congo, through Akhenaton, we can support and we can give a lot and full support to all the Congo private sector to come to Egypt. And I would like to invite all of Congo businessmen and women and entrepreneurs to visit Egypt, and also to visit Tunisia, and also to visit Morocco together. And we can go all Africa continent together, and we need to give a new version of cooperation through private sector's business. So I hope that we can do today a very fruitful and very successful conference, and we can do a very positive exchange of transfer the data between each other. Thank you very much for all of you, and sorry for my delay about some technical point. Then we can continue, and I hope a very successful day and a very full informative day, and we can go up together in near future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dr. Yusri Al-Shakawi, for the opening remarks and welcoming words. Now we are going to call on stage Mr. Rudy Kielo, founder and CEO of OD Group, for his presentation. Mr. Rudy, the floor is all yours, sir. You have 10 minutes to present. Mr. Rudy, can you unmute yourself and start your presentation?
Yes, thank you. Can you listen to me?
Where we can listen to you.
Okay, thank you.
Kindly share your screen and start your presentation, sir.
I had a small issue with my Zoom, so I was getting...
Yeah, you can go direct then if you have some issues.
Yes, okay, that's good.
Okay, we can see your screen. It's loading, yes. You can go ahead, Mr. Rudy.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for this invitation to this event, which is a huge opportunity for us, Congolese business, to showcase what we are doing actually on the ground and see how we can partner with Egyptian and other Africans to develop more and more what business we are doing. So my company, as said, it's called OD Group, and we're specializing in bringing digital services to the population in Africa, especially in DRC. So I want to talk about bridging the digital divide in sub-Saharan Africa based on our own experience about all that we have done since date. So the first thing I want to say is that since 10 years from now, there are over 45 billion US dollars that has been made as donation by international organizations like World Bank, like IFC, like European Union, or like some private firms like Google and Facebook. So these investments were put together to provide internet and digital services to sub-Saharan Africa. But according to the World Bank, today, you only have 28.97% of individuals in Africa that have access to digital services. And when you look at the DRC, you have only 12.5%, which is not representative based on the 45 billion US dollars that has been made as investment for bridging digital divide in Africa. So some causes may be behind this digital divide in DRC. First, you have the lack of provision of internet and other digital services in rural areas, because, you know, in a country like DRC and some other countries in sub-Saharan Africa, people live in rural area and they have low income, and especially they're isolated. And secondly, internet access is very expensive in Congo, in rural Congo, where you have a simple satellite line that costs around $200 for an average GDP of $2 per day for each person living in rural area, which is nonsense about giving access to internet, because they have like $2 per day for living, but they should spend like $200 US to have access to internet through satellite, because telecom companies and other providers, they didn't bring their infrastructures in these areas. And thirdly, you have the high cost of devices to connect, like smartphone, tablet, and laptop. In average, to have a good quality of the devices, you have to spend like $75 US for getting in the device, like a smartphone or a tablet. And I don't talk about laptop, which costs around $200 US in average. So this is very unfair for these guys living in rural areas. And lastly, you have the lack of electricity in these rural areas. Some people that have devices, they got difficulties to charge them because they don't have access to electricity. So my company brings a solution. We offer last mile services, which promotes access to the internet and to digital services in rural areas. So we have 3 product lines. The first one is internet services, as I said. We bring public Wi-Fi with voucher system. People in rural areas can buy internet voucher at a cheap price, and and we have wearable. Sorry, so I got cut. Let me reshare my screen. Okay, I'm back. So, and we have developed a wearable Wi-Fi backpack, which is a repeater that helps us to have more coverage in these areas. Second product that we have developed our own phone, which is called Mbonda phone. It's a local smart feature phone, which can help people to get access to internet, but it's really cheap. It's around 25 US dollars. Then you can have access to internet using this phone. And it's based on iOS mobile OS with tons of local content that we develop actually related to education and finance and other solution that we bring gradually based on the demand that we see on the ground. And last product that we have a micro solar kit. So we partner with a company based in US to bring these micro solar kits, which can help people in rural areas to charge their phone, to have access to light. And the battery that is being used is very robust. It can work for 12 hours. So what represents this market in the DRC? It's over 13 billion US dollars. Actually, as we have done market research, and we understand that it's around 145 territories of the DRC, which represent like 60 million users that can be reached in these territories. So we can't focus on everyone because, you know, this is business. So we only focus on students, on household, and on small businesses, which represent 65% of this total market. And actually, we have introduced two products in tests. First of all, it's about e-learning. In DRC, actually, you have a new curriculum that has been launched, which is called License, Master, and Doctorate. So this curriculum asks for internet, and you have more than 5 million students and teachers that need internet. This is a huge market. And secondly, you have household and small and medium enterprises, which are in need of financial inclusion. So these are like 14 million users that can be reached based on our market research. So we have made some traction recently. We went to 2 places in the DRC. First of all, we went to the Eastern Congo in one territory called Mitwaba, where we have placed a Wi-Fi access point, and which is powered by solar. And we went to the Western Congo in the Maindombe territory. So we placed our Wi-Fi backpack, which repeated internet there. So we attend like 500 users, and the average that they spend for internet, it was around $0.3, which is the minimum average that they can spend for internet. And this has just define our future perspective about the development of the business. So we got our SWOT analysis, which define our strengths and weaknesses, our opportunity and threats. So the strength of this project is that our prices are really flexible based on rural communities. And in rural areas, we have a unique offer because there is no provider actually there, because these guys are really isolated. About the weakness, our business model is very young, so we have to mature it, and it will ask us to work on the markets. And we have a limited knowledge of the culture because, you know, when you go to rural places to bring solution like the digital solution.
1 minute, Mr. Rudy.
It's about the culture. So the milestone of our project is that We have started since 2020, and actually we are getting startup in July this year, and we'll start by 5 territories in the DRC. So we think of 3 years plan, and by the end of that, we think of expanding our operation in the Eastern region and Western region of Africa. We think that they share the same problem with us, and then they need the solution to get out of digital divide. So thank you for listening to us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rudikielo, for the timing and for the wonderful presentation. We are going to do the link between us and EABA to take it from there in order to build profitable relationships. So now we are going to call on stage Mr. Patrick Palmy, CEO of Palm TV, to present about his company. Welcome, Mr. Patrick Palmy.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Thanks for everything, for organizing this opportunity here. Let me know when you can see my screen.
We can always see your screen, 100%.
Thank you very much. Let me just try and quickly find the presentation. So I'm presenting off my website. So our website, it's palmtv.store. So feel free to visit this website here. The presentation is actually there. You know, we as a company have started a marketplace, and this marketplace has one reason of existence. Sorry, apologies. I'm just trying to make sure that I can go full screen on this. Apologies on that. And Zoom sometimes isn't the easiest tool to use. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. So we started a marketplace, and I think the opportunity that we are looking at here is how do we collaborate between the Congo and the rest of Africa? And the question has always been, you know, we have a whole lot of import coming from China, from the rest of the world, but very little collaboration between us Africans. And looking at the numbers, I think we can do much, much better. What we have as a common tool is probably the youth of Africa, which is very young, very vibrant, and very capable of transforming our both economies at the same time. Now, all of us trade, you know, if you look at the youth today, we trade locally, but, you know, the internet has enabled all of us to start trading globally. And what we have built as a platform is really a marketplace that links suppliers from locally in Africa, internationally, and use the power of the youth to actually drive sales or drive product into market through this marketplace. So essentially, we are a marketplace of creators. You probably have heard the terms of influencers before. Your own child at home has probably bugged you with YouTube all the time. They all want to be YouTubers. And if you spend time on social media, even the youth of Egypt and the youth of DRC or the youth of Africa are spending a huge amount of time on social media. So we created a marketplace to enable any person, any youth, to start an online store and start trading products that are manufactured locally in Africa, but also manufactured internationally, and sell them directly to their market very easily through our marketplace. And we do that through retail shopping. So these are certain brands that we've worked with across South Africa and across Africa, certain names like Unilever, Vodacom, MTN, and certain broadcasters as well that you probably know of. So the company has been around for over 14 years now, and we basically have set ourselves a target to enable the youth of Africa to get into the global market through a creator economy. So what our platform does is it looks at the content that is available on social media that the youth is actually posting, whether it is on television or on social media. It looks at the content and tries and find products that are inside the content to make it shoppable, to enable the fans to actually buy the product that they actually are seeing on screen. And through that, enabling the you know, influencers and creators to now own a shop of their own product, where they are able to start selling directly to their fans and to social media followers. Now, we do that through a technology called QR codes. So we basically, within the content itself, we plug in a QR code technology, which basically converts and looks at all the content. So the wigs that she's wearing, the guitar she has, the dress she has, even the couch she's sitting on, to be able to convert that into a shop. And basically, when someone scans the code or goes onto their website, they literally get onto the shop where they can actually start buying goods and products that basically this influencer has. Now, this basically just means that a collaboration between Egypt and Africa can be done very strongly, because Egypt has a whole lot of product that it can offer to the market, but it's always goes through a traditional way of actually selling, while digitally it is now possible to bring in quality product from Egypt to the rest of the world through these kind of collaboration. We also do that with TV channels. So a TV channel like this one, where young people are actually watching their favorite artist on television, that content can be an opportunity to actually drive product from Egypt to the rest of the continent through the power of content as well. So we have a whole bunch of TV channels that are enabling this transaction to now happen between the two. So these products can be sourced from Egypt. I actually want to encourage all of us Africans to source from local, because currently product are actually sourced from globally, mostly coming from China, the US, Europe, but very little transaction happening between our different countries across Africa. So from TV channels that are actually currently in South Africa, we have grown really, really strong in South Africa. So the company has been performing really incredibly well in South Africa. So we have big TV channels like SABC, which is the national television broadcaster in South Africa. We have a whole lot of influencers that have signed up to the platform, and all their followers and viewers are actually driven straight to their online shop, where individually they're able to actually buy what they see on screen. There's always been that need where I'm watching a movie or I'm watching a certain profile on social media, and I would love to get what I actually see, but it isn't an easy way to actually do that. This is the marketplace that enables that to actually happen now. Now, if you look at the full journey of how we can collaborate as Africans together, is that our platform, in the background of it, is the relationship with multiple suppliers that are coming across the world to plug in into our marketplace. So these suppliers currently are from South Africa, from China, from the US. None of them are from Egypt. None of them are from North Africa. And I think this is a great opportunity to start plugging in product from your region into the platform to enable anyone who's watching content, whether it is on television or on social media, to be able to actually purchase the content straight away. It goes onto their shop, onto our marketplace. And as soon as the order is passed, it goes through our system to place the order to our various suppliers, which then sends the goods to our warehouse in Sandton, Johannesburg, South Africa. And from there, we distribute across the whole world, actually across the whole South Africa, but also across the whole Africa region as well. So a great opportunity for a good collaboration if ever there is anyone on the line who is a supplier of products in Egypt region or within the North Africa region, to get onto this bandwagon of this marketplace. Now, opportunities are endless as well for advertisers, because I think, because we're talking about collaboration, it just means we want to get your product to our market and our product to your market. So advertisers can easily find the best content they can advertise onto, and they can decide how they want to advertise through the various creators, the various influencers, the various movies that are actually coming out from Africa to the rest of the world. And what we do is, on the website, you can visit and go on to advertise, and you can see the various type of content that are available, and you can find the best brand match based on what your client or your product is all about, and find how you can plug in and start advertising and selling your product through the various content that already are available onto the platform. Really making sure that we have an easy transition of an easy, participation of suppliers and advertisers from, South Africa, from Congo, all the rest to Egypt and the rest of the world can now, plug in into a typical platform like this one. Now, suppliers can list. I mean, if you are a supplier on the line and you are from North Africa or from Egypt, you can list onto our marketplace and let, our influencers, creators, and TV channels promote your product to the viewers and start exporting, your goods across to the rest of the continent as well through our platform. But we also understand that although there is a massive opportunity in terms of influencers, content creators, movies, and everything else, we also believe in small merchants. So
1 minute,
tomorrow,
sir.
yeah, sure, no problem. So tomorrow we basically enable even the small merchants that doesn't have the money to start a business to now have, for as small as $40, a small online shop where we can even provide them product they can sell to their audiences and enable the economy to start growing everywhere in Africa without the limitation of international travel and the complication that comes with it. So I think 1 minute, I think we don't have too much time left. You can visit palmtv.store. There is a lot of information on our website, and please feel free to basically reach out and we can discuss further how we can have a good trade opportunity between Egypt and the rest of the world, through our marketplace. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome, Mr. Palmi, for your brilliant presentation and the respect of the time.
Thank you.
We are going to do the link between the EABA and yourself in order to build profitable relationships here and now. Now we are going to welcome on stage Mr. Jeremy Salvador Masona, CEO of Salvador Group, to start with his presentation. Welcome, sir, and you can unmute yourself. Kindly unmute yourself. Great. There's no sound. Kindly check your audio, your microphone.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Sorry for this. So I'm Jeremy Salvador Masona. I'm the CEO of Salvador Group. Salvador Group is a Congolese company. What do we do? We have 5 sectors where we are working. The first one, communication, infrastructure, import and export, investment and mining. So we are a registered company in DRC. And since 2 years now, we are providing global service and solution in respect of customers' queries. We are committed to developing solutions to meet all requirements of our customers, especially in the following sectors, as I said: communication, infrastructure, import, airports, investment, and mining in Congo and other countries as well. And we have our mission, our vision, and our quality policy. Our chart is there. And what we do, speaking about the communication, we do the market research, the strategy and advice. We do e-marketing, public relation, events, creation and production. We are also working in infrastructure. We do studies, control, and realizations. We do topography, geotech, architecture. We do technical follow-up. So we are in building and the public works. The third sector is import and export. So we work in food, clothes, and other goods supply, like pharmaceutical product. We have customers from India, from China, and from US. Also, we work with other African countries in doing construction equipment trade. So in investment also, we play an important role in DRC because we can do high lobbying between investors and the local governments. We provide accurate advice and coaching, and we offer guidance and support. We link investors and the beneficiary for long-term investment security. For example, you have seen the picture of an airport and real estate. It means that we are building, our company, Salvador Group, we have an airport construction project, which is we are running. We are now expecting the latest document for building that airport, which means that we are also in construction. Also, we have a city which will be built very soon, talking with our investors to build a city bordering the Congo River after Maluku. So the fifth sector is mining sector. So what do we do in mining? We do transaction facilitation because we do accurate advice. We provide accurate advice and coaching of our customers coming from abroad. While purchasing or mining, we do assist in all steps. We open companies, we welcome companies. We open company from the start up to the exportation. It means we have company to have the certification of exploiting and studies. We do also brokering for mining, for example, gold, coltan, copper, cobalt, malachite, and diamond. We provide advice and guidance. We play an important role like brokers. So I spoke very quickly about what we do. If you want to come back, our main product now, we are in construction of an airport, also a city. The third point is mining, because it's quick. We are working currently with a local company in Congo. It's a collective of companies, of local guys. They have stocked more than 600 kg of gold, and we help them to find customers. We call people from abroad like potential customers. We send them invitation. We welcome them in Congo. We give them guidance, and then until exporting the goods, for example, in Dubai, as we've done the last transaction, it was in Dubai. It means that we help people to find accurate product and well-secured trade. So this is what the Salvador Group is doing. And currently we are running, as I said, construction of an airport, construction of city, and doing mining. Also in IT, we work with partners from US, and we're still launching, we're still welcoming. And this webinar is an opportunity to express to people, mainly now in Egypt, because I see also Egypt are very strong in construction, like the project of Kitoko City. It's also a good project for Congo. Why not also seeing small project? For example, our very quick small project of real estate is buying a land, constructing or building a city. And with that city, we don't build all houses. We build only some simple houses. Somebody can come, he buys the land, and we build for him a house according to his means, but following our architecture, following our model and our technology. This helps people to have house. Why? Because people are crowded. Only Kinshasa city has more than 22 million people, while we have many places people can build. That's why our project, our real estate project will help the city to breathe a little bit, and also will fight. Like when people are crowded, even the sanity, even the cleanness is fighted. That's why we have thought to do this. And this project, we are also expecting to have partners, investors to come to invest this product to make it real, because we have already invented in the product in architecture. Now we are searching for a partner who can come also to bring the investment, like money, to make this project real. So shortly, this is what I can say. We are in the services, we are in trading, we're in the construction, and our hands are widely open for investors to come and to do business in Congo, while in mining, while in construction or trading, general trading. So I think this is my short presentation.
Okay, thank you for the wonderful presentation, Mr. Jeremy, and the respect of the timing. Now we are going to welcome Mr. Tuzikiaku, founder and chairman of 4K Mineral Limited, to deliver his business pitch. The floor is all yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Akhenaton, for the words. First of all, I want to thank the group, EABA, to organize that conference, because it will be a link, maybe a startup, to have a Egyptian businessman or investor coming in my field. What I said, when I said the field, means mining field. Okay, so we are 4K Industrial Group. 4K Industrial Group operates in different fields, but now, today we are going to take one. One of them is also precious, is the mining field. That's why they present two companies. 4K Limited, 4K Mineral Limited is a Rwandese company, but nothing to do here. But I'm going to talk about 4K Minerals Resources, which is a Congolese JSE company and owned by 100% of 4K Industrial Group. So I'm sorry, I cannot share my screen because I'll be having problem with my computer. So I think you can listen to me and understand what I can share to you guys. Okay, I was saying that 4K Minerals is a Congolese logistics company and owned by 4K Industrial Group with 100% of shares. We are a mining and process company, small scale, and metal which aim to leading integrate copper, cobalt, cassiterite, and so on. We aim to contribute in the region with tertiary industries of processing and transform our product to the final product and value of the country and our continent. What is our vision? Our vision is to be a world-class copper, cobalt, and silver mining and metallurgical company. And we are also have a vision to promote the human resources, to enhance the stakeholder value, and to also have a good sector in the finance and a strong, stable development policies to achieve prominent results in the mine sector. We have values, we have some values. Excellence and innovation is our value. When we say excellence, excellence is our priority. Means we are doing our best to give to people, to be a special one in this kind of business, because as you know, if you don't know very well Congo, almost the mining companies are for foreign. So we are one of the kind who are doing our best to have like 100% shares of Congolese in this kind of business. And we have some innovation, what we call innovation. So we are aiming like to be the first, even the first in the world, sorry for that, but we have ambition, we are ambition to decide in the the mining sector. What does it mean? So our vision or is including our value is to one day to have like to decide or in the price of the copper, the price of the cobalt here in Congo or in Africa, instead of deciding in London or in somewhere else. So we actively and constantly promote a culture of transparency in our interaction and always encourage an open and mature dialogue that ensure mutual trust and progressive respect between parts. We have plants and mine production capacity, and we have a mine in a good location. What does it mean? Means that we are essentially mining. We have our own fabric that can refine the materials to the desired percentage and shape. Means so we are producer of what we are doing. We are located in Katanga, DRC, and we have like strategic partner also with who we are working. So if we have some investor, we can do more and more on what we are doing. What are our challenge? We have some challenge in this kind of business. The first is we have difficult to find investor. Why difficult to find investor? Because this business, I was a mining business, and what I'm doing, especially copper and cobalt, this business operates under pre-financement. And to find people who can give you the money before to product is a big challenge. And the second one is we have the bank system, which is like very heavy in the procedure. Means almost the investor, if we find some, works with LC or BLC. And in Congo, even we will have investors who want to give you the money like this or to pre-finance this one, almost the bank don't accept such guarantee. They work only on the transfer, the cash. That's why you can see almost the mining in Congo. Almost I can say that it's owned by Chinese people. Why? Because they're using really cash. And the third difficulty we have is in this kind of business, we have many brokers. Many brokers means initially mining company want to work with the end user. But unfortunately, we have so many middlemen, and those middlemen breaking the channel, and when you breaking the channel is coming very low, very heavy to proceed, block the process to go fast. There's some difficulties. So I'm not against Mr. Jeremy, who is a trader as well in the Salvador group. It's okay. We say we don't want, but we have some difficulty to work with this kind of person. Why? Because they don't put us straight in the good person or the right person to work with. This is the same. And in the conclusion is we can say that DRC is the good place, as said Mr. Akhenaton, is the good place to invest. And we have a lot of minerals resources which can boost the country. But you can see that our country, despite all we have poor people, still poor people in the country. So that's what we are Congolese, and we come with this kind of business, and we're looking for like the investor. I don't remember having an Egyptian investor in the mining field, because I know some of them, but we have some Egyptian coming here for that one. So we are encouraging people to come in Congo and investing in this kind of business, which is the mining, and try with the Congolese and African people, okay, to level up the level of people, because this is unbelievable to see some people of mine for example, in Katanga, living with $1 a day, despite people are getting billions of dollars in Congo. So my group as a 4K industrial group is open to have all kind of investor in the country, and we hope that we can work together with you guys. Thank you so much for this time giving me to develop a short of my group, and hope that we are going to work together in the future.
I appreciate hearing from your speech, Mr. Tuzikiaku, and of the respect of the time. Now we are going to call on stage Miss Olga Shera Chibambe, CEO of OL Waste Recyclage SRL. Miss Olga, can you hear us? Kindly unmute yourself and deliver your speech. Miss Olga. Hello? Kindly unmute yourself and deliver your speech. Okay, if Miss Olga is not available, we are going to move. We are going to call on stage Mr. Derek Mbui, coordinator of the National Institute of Professional Preparation. The floor is all yours, sir. Unmute yourself. Unmute your microphone.
Hello?
Derek, can you unmute yourself? Unmuting.
Hello?
Yes, yes.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Like I said, I was saying thank you first for this opportunity. So I'm going to talk about our company. I hope it's going to be an opportunity to our company to be known through investors, everybody. Like I said, I'm going to do it as a speech. I'm going to read. I'm not going to do as everyone. So thank you. Following the flight of qualified and experienced labor after its independence in 1960, the DRC experienced a major demographic shortage of competent people with its major local public institutions. This scourge was the basis of a remarkable backwardness of the Congolese economy because the active population of the time did not meet the requirements of the local job market. It's precisely in this sense the Congolese government, in order to alleviate this social economic calamity, had taken the initiative to create a structure which will be the solution to this problem. 4 years later, after its independence, was born on June 29, 1964, the National Institute of Professional Preparation, NIPP. Since its creation until today, the NIPP has combined many efforts that were focused on the succession and capacity building of the active population. All these activities carried out with determination have had many positive impacts because today the National Institute of Professional Preparation has succeeded in solving the problem of the inadequacy between the Congolese education system and the job markets by responding to the demands of local businesses. Being thirsty for continuous improvement, INPP has not folded its arms since today. This structure works in partnership with Japanese International Corporation, JICA, and French Development Agency, and other organizations also working in the education sector. It's also important to point out that the contribution of these institutions plays a very great role of the INPP, since these structures allow it to achieve its objective with great success in training its master trainers and trainers on new global technologies in order also to meet the requirements of employment on the international level. The NIPP has again exceeded in itself by popularizing its skill in a few regions in the following ways. In 1964, official creation of the NIPP. In 1966, start of activities at the Provincial Directorate of Kinshasa. In 1969, at the Provincial Directorate of Congo. In 1971, beginning of activities in the city of Lubumbashi. But today, he has his provincial directorate throughout the DRC. The NIPP organized two types of training, either with the NIPP building. In this case, it's called external training, or in the building of companies requesting the training. Here it's called integrated training. The NIPP provides professional training in several areas according to the needs by organizations, the self-employed, companies, or even by an individual or on a permanent basis. It has premises, workshops, and laboratory suitable for its various training courses. It operates in agricultural, commercial, and fishing sectors. Like the INPP has sophisticated building with modern machine and also has a very high quality staff. But so far, it doesn't yet provide online courses and does not make a regular extension campaign. A low rate of digital marketing. The establishment of other more branches is like our opportunity that we have in the most remote corners where our services demands is very high in order to meet the needs of the area occupants. What we could be considered like a trait would be the irregular of the training updates relating to the new technology, but the NIPP always takes care of it. The NIPP has become today an indispensable remedy for all kinds of diseases, related to the professional life of private and public companies in the DRC. To this end, I take advantage of this wonderful floor to launch an appeal to all entrepreneurs or business leaders to join the NIPP in order to benefit within their organization from the qualified level capable of providing positive performance and solution to their workstation. So as you heard, I would like you investors and the head of companies, like you presented your speech, that was very good. So the INPP is there for you. You can bring anytime you have any problem according to the station work. So we can anyhow think about coming in our institution. So thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Derek Mbui, for your speech, wonderful speech, and the respect of the time. We are going to do the link between the NIPP and EABA and other entrepreneurs who are attending this webinar. So for now, we are going to welcome on stage Mr. Kakel Mbumb, fundraiser and strategist of the National Federation of Young Entrepreneurs of Congo. Mr. Kakel, the floor is all yours to deliver your speech. Mr. Kakel. Mr. Kakel? If Mr. Kakel is not available, we are going to call Mr. Didier Manzo Kibari, Manager of Agrovolaille Multi-Services, to deliver his speech. The floor is all yours, Mr. Didier Manzo.
Okay, good. Yes, just
you can share your screen and deliver your speech.
Okay, you can see.
Yes, it's loading. Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, it's a real pleasure to participate in these editions and to have the opportunity to present my company. Thanks to the organizer, and it's a good initiative. I'm Didier Manzo, manager of Agrovolaille. We will talking about agriculture. Okay, do you know that the Democratic Republic of Congo offers several investment opportunities in the agricultural sector, ranging from productions, distributions, transport, processing to marketing, in order to create a competitive value chain at the regional level. With its exceptional agronomic potential and an area of agricultural lands and cold in Africa, the DRC is able to feed 2 billion people in Africa. Indeed, the DRC Congo has more than 80 million arable land, of which less than 10% is currently exploited. The diversity of climates supported by an important hydrographic networks makes it possible to practice a very range of agricultural speculations. However, farmers face various constraints such as the low availability of means of productions, small size farms, the precariousness of land security, the scarcity of labor during the production period, the high cost of inputs above all, and the absence of a real agricultural investment system like a bank. The establishment of the agricultural input shop was therefore necessary to overcome these problems experienced by farmers. In this context, considering these situations, we have chosen to set up our agricultural inputs shop first in Lubumbashi to beginning in order to respond to this deficiency. Created in 2020, excuse me, AgroVolai Multiservice is an agricultural company that makes it possible to acquire quality agricultural input and provide local service to agricultural producers, farmers, NGOs through a professional team of agronomists and technicians motivated. The general objective of the company is to supply farmers, first, small planters, breeders, gardeners in the DRC with agro input at an affordable and competitive price for the satisfaction of the greatest number. To establish the food security of the poorest farming family through increased productions by guaranteeing them access to agricultural inputs with a local service, selling input in small package and providing them with advisory support. AgroVolai is involved with different following products: vegetable seed and flowers horticulture with main suppliers. We are working with main suppliers in South Africa, like Sakata Mayford. It's the big company based in Johannesburg, has a 4-generation family business. The company developed a diverse portfolio, include seed productions, hobby packet seed, as you can see in the picture, professional vegetable, turf, and flower seed, vegetable breeding program, and specialized product for the garden industry. We are working with also another company based in Zambia, is Seedco. It is the leader of the leading certified seeds company, which making a different variety of maize, soja, beans, and another seed, which is making with different associations between 15 countries in Africa. We are also working with another company in Tanzania, which are selling vegetable seed, like it's mainly it's hybrid seeds. As you can see in the picture, we can have different hybrid which is giving good productions. We are working with also another company in South Africa, is Protect. It is a dynamic company and have been offering the best solutions with pets with insects in home or in garden, and also they are supplier plant nutrition. We have also selling some equipment of beekeeping to produce honey. We are also selling different sasochick and breeding equipment from Earthland company based in Lusaka, in Zambia. We are also selling irrigation equipment and news. We are also making some aquarium for house and restaurant. Beyond its service, we also offer training and information advice on the use of input and other agriculture products. As you can see in the picture, we are visiting some school just to show them the input importance of the agriculture, the seed, and I think it's very important to show them the use of different equipment in agriculture. AgroVolai is composed by one agricultural engineer, it's me, the owner. We have 2 shop sellers, 2 consultants in fish farming and beekeeping. Why is important to invest in the agriculture sector? Because the first reason to invest in the agriculture sector is that the cost of land is affordable. Secondly, the demand of agricultural products is constantly growing. It is estimated that in 2050, the population could double. Entering this business really means taking advantage of the growing power of the agricultural sector to achieve medium and long-term capital gain. Indeed, people can deprive themselves of everything except food. You have to note that every day we have to eat. As you can see, it's my SWOT analysis. You can see that my strength, weakness, threat, and opportunity. Yes, I think it's all. It's a small presentations, but I think it's agriculture. It's very important. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Akhenaton.
You are most welcome, Mr. Didier Manzo, for your brilliant presentation and the respect of time. Now we are going to call on stage Mr. Kakel Mboum. Mr. Kakel, can you hear us? Mr. Kakel? Mr. Kakel, can you hear us?
Yes, hello, good evening, everyone.
Okay, good evening. Can you deliver your speech and share your screen?
All right. First of all, I apologize for the delay. We just had some technical issues. Thanks, Ake, for your quickness in replying to our demands. I would like now to share the screen, but they are letting me know that someone else is still sharing. Can the previous person stop so I can launch my screen also?
Mr. Didier, can you stop sharing your screen so that Mr. Kakel get the access?
Hello?
Mr. Didier, can you stop sharing your screen and allow Mr. Kakel to share his? Mr. Kakel, you can proceed. You can go ahead. You can go ahead. Yes, you can share now. If it's taking time, you can just go direct with your message while you are figuring out how to share your screen. Mr. Kakel, unmute yourself. Yes. All right. All right. Perfect.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you 100%.
Hello?
We can hear you. Just unmute yourself. You are good to go.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Kakel from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And good evening, everyone. So I'm representing the National Federation of Young Congolese Entrepreneurs. We are in partnership with 2 big. Okay, thanks, okay. So first, I apologize because we had some technical issues, but now it's resolved. So I will quickly go on to the presentation. So I'm Kayembe, I'm fundraiser in the National Federation of Young Congolese Entrepreneurs. And why do we do what we do is that we go from the fact that 80% average of Congolese youths are between 18 and 26 years old are unemployed. And therefore, there is an issue of lack of quality training and information to make the youths competitive in the business arena. And we have lack of funds for many potential and fruitful projects. It might be in agribusiness, construction, education, health, logistics, and energy, which are one of the really fruitful and full potential sectors in our country. There is inefficiency in using local labor for productive projects, and lack of productive information training and networking opportunities for the youth, cause mostly also of the education system, which is now very, very old and colonized structure with the mentality of making people be more consumers than producers. And now this is why we come to this alternative to really create that synergy of private structures and organizations to empower the Congolese youth and raise awareness on entrepreneurship mostly, because we believe entrepreneurship is the way to waken up the youths and make them more productive instead of just being there to wait for opportunities to come to them and just going after jobs. And this is why we have the National Federation of Young Congolese Entrepreneurs, which was initiated in 2014, 8th of January, which is aiming to encourage private initiatives by young Congolese defend their interests.
I think Mr. Kakeli is experiencing some network issues. Mr. Kakel, are you there?
Yeah, okay, I'm there. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you kindly
Sorry,
share your screen?
we are actually in the farming sector and the rural area, but doing our best to use internet. And sorry. So the vision of our network is really to promote entrepreneurship amongst youths through work, innovation, and production, search for business opportunities, allow members. Oh, okay.
You can proceed, sir.
Yeah. Do you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
It's loading. Yes.
It's okay now?
It's okay.
Okay, so as we said, our National Youth Federation of Young Entrepreneurs, in partnership with the SADC structure, which is there for fundraising, and Youth Connect for training, we aim to train members on attractive sectors for potential investment, which is why even now I'm in the rural area also, because we also believe that the rural areas have been really neglected, which is why we are noticing movements of youth from the rural to the urban areas, because all they believe that to have prosperity, they only have to go to the urban areas, and which is why we want them to develop opportunities in the rural areas through the networking opportunities we put in place. Also, we plead for local young Congolese interest by exchanging with governments and partners in the public, private, and civil society sector. And we want to have at least 50 young entrepreneurs raise $200,000 for business activities in relevant fields, such as construction, logistics, and agribusiness. Also, mostly the strengths we have is that we have innovative structure, the synergy of the implementation of the vision, mission, and objectives, which is raising really awareness for youths to be productive and creative instead of just consumers. and the fields, expertise and knowledge plus strong network in the entrepreneurial ecosystem, the manpower and the will to learn from young entrepreneurs, which is one of the strengths, and also the youth-driven organizations that are very energized, because most of the youths are the ones who are managing the structures. Amongst the weaknesses, we will say there are limited financial resources for investment in the major fields. There are much time to invest in the awareness strategy because we need a lot of sanitization, which is taking a lot of time and sometimes weakening the impact we would like to have. Like for opportunities, we can say that we have the 5 potential untapped sectors in agribusiness, distribution, logistics, transport, and construction. And we believe by having more youth engaged into that, we might have more solutions. And as the threats, we will say that the limited reforms in some sectors do constitute as some of the threats for this. And just almost, we consider that the 5 top sectors in which the youth should invest and where we can partner with also international partners like in Egypt is mostly in logistics, the needs in construction, in energy, education, and agribusiness. Those are really the fields where we think that by partnering with local and international partners, we will bring more impact, employment creation, and also economic prosperity. And from the different records and information, we will say that we have an average of 15% profit on investment in the next 5 years, depending on the sector that can be chosen. Thanks a lot for this opportunity given through the Congo Business Day to interconnect with each other. We believe that the almost 60 million youths we have in the Congo are really open up into opportunities, partnering. They have the eagerness to learn, to be trained, to get information, and also to be taught and educated to how to seize networking opportunities. And this is the credo we give to the youth, is keep on looking for information and training and networking opportunities. Thanks a lot for this opportunity, and sorry again for all these difficulties with the technical issues, because internet in the rural area is not that easy, but at least we do our best so we can improve it the best we can. Thanks, Ake, and thanks to all for your attention.
You are most welcome, Mr. Kayembe, and apologies well accepted. The main purpose is to deliver the El Shakawi. It's first going to take some couple of minutes, then proceed with the Q&A, which will be followed by closing remarks addressed by Mr. Akhenaton. Kindly take the floor, Dr. El Shakawi, for the Q&A panel discussion.
Hello. Can Mr. Akhenaton, can you ask me to give, can you ask some person from our speaker today to give us about overview about the investment in Congo? What is the exchange rate for dollar, and what is the price for the energy, for electricity? Around how much per kilobyte? What about of the land? So a lot of people asking about the industrial land or agricultural land. What does it depend on? So we need to take an overview about that.
Okay, thank you for your question, Dr. El Shakawi. I think I'm going to address this question to Mr. Didier Manzo and Mr. Kayembe about the agricultural and land sector. And I'm going to address about I'm going to attend the question regarding the exchange rate in Congo. Mr. Kayembe, can you address the question regarding the lands in the DRC?
Okay, no problem. Can you hear
Kindly,
me?
you can close your screen.
Mm-hmm.
And just shut it.
I think I did it. Noted. Okay,
Yeah,
is it
fine
okay?
now. It's fine.
Okay. Okay, thanks for the floor. Okay, so what I would say, firstly, thanks for your question also, Mr. Shakawi. So the land is generally average, from my experience, goes between $100 to $250 per hectare in the Southeast region, because you know our country is very big and it's almost like a continent. And whereby the context is different from the area where you can be. Like, let me say, for example, I'm based in the Katanga region, and I have much experience in the Southeast region with next to the Zambian countries, Zimbabwe, Botswana, and all. So in the area generally, that's the average price, where for the lands, agricultural lands goes for per hectare in between $100 to $250. Sometimes it can go up to $500 for the purchase. And generally, when you would like to acquire the land, you can have it locally. You can take it locally from the local chief, and already being able to exploit it. And by the time for you to be able to get the official document from the government. So meaning that you don't have to really, like, say, follow up the whole official procedure in order to start using or producing. But once you are just good with the locals, you understand each other very well, then you can start using the land. By the time being, it can allow you to partner and make your business more productive, so that you can be able to spare and some money and be able now to go to the official government. So, and I would advise for that also to partner with locals, because locals, they understand better the system, they understand better the way things work, and they can allow you to have some facilitations in that. Maybe Mr. Monzo can add on to that, so that I don't maybe finish all subjects. Thanks.
Mr. Didier, can you add some more information regarding the land, how to acquire land?
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's a good answer. Of it, the price, it's depending of the places, and if it's depending, the small prices is $1,000 and up, and you have to add some document of the government. Yes, it's okay. It's a good answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now I'm going to attempt the question regarding the currency rate in Congo. Dr. Al-Shakari, can you see my screen? Dr. Youssery, can you see my screen?
Yes, I am on the screen, yes.
Yes, the currency exchange, the local currency in Congo is the Congolese Democratic Franc. So the exchange rate is $1. I am highlighting it here. It's $1, which equals to 20,000 Congolese franc. That is the exchange rate of the local currency in Congo. And we have currency used in commercial transactions, which are the US dollar and euro, which are in free circulation in Congo. So it's a very profitable and rentable flow of the currency.
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the answer?
Yes, it's okay, very clear. But it is not stable. It is stable or not stable?
The currency fluctuates. It depends on the pestle, which are the political, economic, social, environmental, technical, and legal environment. It depends. But currently, it's stable.
Okay, the question now, I need to answer, and you can select, I need to ask, and you can select one of your guests to answer me. Which products, which goods you are looking for to import from other countries, from Africa to Congo? Which exactly product, even food product or industrial product, or in clothes or pharmaceutical products? Which product you are looking for in your country, even though to import or to co-manufacturing, to start up a new industry in Congo? Tell us exactly overview for the market need. Then it will be a very right message to attract the new investors or the new traders to deal with your country.
I think this question can be well addressed to Mr. Patrick Palmy. who was talking about his platform, and some other panelists will be also addressing the same question. Mr. Patrick Palmy, can you address?
No problem. Thank you very much. I think in general, food is always the priority, right? I mean, anything that sells food is a priority for everyone. And then obviously the rest are, you know, communication, internet access, clothing, and then the rest goes with it. But the first priority is always food, that people are basically looking for quality, low cost quality food. Although we have capabilities of producing that locally, I think we have limitation when it comes to large production limitation that we have in the country. So food is always priority number one in the list.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Kayembe, can you also address the same question about the product to import or export? Mr. Kakel? Mr. Kakel? Okay, I can also just sustain my answer in the same vein of thought. Pardon?
Yes. Yes, I
yes. Can. Yes, can you address?
Can I say something? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, on myself in the agri-business sector, what I will say is mostly the aspects related to seed production technology as raw materials, because there is a market of up to $2 to $5 billion to make in that business. As you know, we have around 80 million hectares of land, as Mr. Manzo had said, but only 10% also is produced. And mostly, even I think Didier will not contradict me, we are big importers. We are importing mostly international brands, like from, you know, to be able to produce in agriculture, we need the seeds. The seeds are really the core raw materials in that. So mostly, one of the partnership needed will be also how to be able to facilitate and partnering in local seed production technology to be able to have maize seeds, like vegetable seeds locally, because that will impact also that industrial sector in the production, so that we can be able to face this issue of not depending only on international brands. And when we are producing locally, then we will be able also to access to that market of making at least $2 to $5 billion in the 3 next years, as per the huge potential representing agriculture, as like mostly in the Katanga region where we are based, which is mostly seen as the mining sector. Most of the people are in mining activities, and agriculture is one of the really potential that has been unused so far, and it can really broaden up to the more than 50% of return on investment in the 5 next years, depending on that in technology and input put into that sector. That what I can say is part of the needs to address the question that was asked. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your intervention, Mr. Patrick Palmy and Mr. Kayembe. Dr. Yousry El-Sharkawy, I would like you to just look at this screen, the one I'm sharing. Can you see the screen, Dr. Yousry?
Yes. Yes.
I was talking about international trade in the beginning of my presentation when I mentioned the import and export shares. We have the share of exports by destination led by China with a rate of 47.3%, followed by Zambia with a rate of 22.7%. Egypt comes after Zambia with a rate of 17.2%, the US and Belgium. And then the share of import by origin is led by South Africa, and then followed by Egypt, China, Belgium, and Zambia. So now we can look at the share of imports by sectors, dominated by capital goods, which are amounting a rate of 41.5%, and then followed by consumer goods, amounting the rate of 39.4%, and we have energy, 15.3%, and raw material with a rate of 3.8%. Though these are the different goods that we use for import and export shares. I think my answer and the other panelists' answers have met you halfway.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Now, can you tell me exactly what is the challenges to enter the Congo Republic market? What is how I can establish new company? What you need? What I need so that I can start directly a new company in Congo Republic, even trading or investment company.
You mean the challenges?
Challenges and requirements.
Okay, I'm going to take you back to my presentation where I was talking about the foreign direct investments in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where I mentioned the two extents, the strong points and the weak points. Amongst the strong points, we have the reason to invest in the DRC. We have the high growth rate of the national economy. We have abundant mineral resources, which are copper, cobalt, diamond, gold, tin, and so forth, and so on and so forth, with 80 million hectares of arable lands and around 1,100 minerals in its suboil. And another benefit of investing in the DRC is the country is a member of several regional economic blocs, including the Southern Africa Development Community, SADC, the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA, the Economic Community of Central Africa States, the ECCAS, and the Economic Community of the Great Lakes countries, the ECGLC. And there is also several incentives granted to foreign investors. And there is also a huge potential in sectors like mining, energy, especially hydroelectric and infrastructure. These are the strong points of investing in the DRC. And let's now move to the weak points of investing in the DRC. We have several factors in the Democratic Republic of Congo business climate, which are a difficult business climate. We have limited access to capital, difficulty of enforcing contracts due to weak judicial system, and our banking system is just evolving. It's a bit weak. But nowadays we are getting some traction from joint venture with Kenyan and other international banks to just give a good flux of doing business. We have a shortage of skilled labor. And we also have political uncertainty with ongoing armed conflict in the eastern part, which is vulnerable. And we have some weak infrastructure in the transport, energy, and telecommunication. And we have a political instability. So these are the challenges of the small challenges of investing in the DRC, but the strong points are to take into account because DRC is the biggest potential of doing business. And each and every investor who comes in the DRC really makes profitable ventures in our country. I hope my answer has met you halfway, sir.
Thank you very much, my partner, my colleague, my clever country representative, and also hopefully that we are in EABA platform can produce some new things to solve a lot of problems was faced in the past between Africa continent. So thank you very much. Thank you for valuable guest speakers on the floor and panelists. And thank you for all our followers and audience today. and hopefully that next time we will be in Congo with a very good visit and very good team from Egypt. Even I invite some other countries from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Tunisia to make a meeting and a big meeting in Congo, maybe in the last quarter of this year. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now we are going to move to the closing remarks. It will be very short in order to close this successful business day. I would like to thank EABA's board members and in general, and particularly Dr. Yousry El-Shakawi. I would like to thank as well all panelists and all attendees who have followed us with particular attention in order to learn from today's event. I would like to invite Egyptian investors working hand in hand with the EABA to visit DRC and take advantage of building and developing successful and sustainable businesses to make Africa more competitive, great through win-win relationship with particular attention to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Thank you so much. Today's webinar was very successful. We hope to meet next time and we are in touch. Thank you so much.
My brother.
And your energy.
My brother.
Yes, sir.
Just for the final, my message, I need to give you some tasks, and we're looking for how we can start to invest in agriculture in Congo, how we can start especially in the rice and wheat and yellow maize, yellow corn. So it is very important. These three crops are very important now, and all Africa, they are looking for rice and wheat and yellow maize. So I think we have to think about try to prepare a business models for agriculture for like 100 hectare or 200 hectare, and we can make a small brief to invite some visitors to show and to give a presentation about the business model of how we can start a new project in Congo in 100 or 200 hectares. What is the cost? What is the running cost and capital investment, and how we can get a very successful business models in the three crops, especially three crops. This is a very important now, and because you know, if you and all our audience, they are observe the result of Russia and Ukrainian, where they will find out that the problem that people are facing, they are facing a big problem in corn and maize and also wheat flour. So we need to give a business models, then we can see the results.
Thank you, sir. Message well received. We are going to keep in touch on the group, and we are going to take it from there. I think all the panelists are just. Dr. Yousry, we are going to continue talking on the group about your suggestion.
Yes. Okay. Welcome.
All right.
Great.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you, everyone, for your time, for your energy. Today's meeting was successful. I hope to meet you next time, and we are going to keep in touch on the group.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Akhenaton.
Thank you.
The pleasure was all mine. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.